Hello there folks, today we're taking a look at the game called Sentient. It's published by Renegade Games and the designer is Kevern. Now this is the future. You have robots all around, lots of robots in transportation, information, in industry, in military, and they're helping with life. Now the thing is, in order for the robots to work perfectly, they need to be calibrated. And that's what we're gonna do in this game. So, let's build the future, yeah? So Sentient is played over the course of 3 rounds, where we will use our agents and assistants to grab cards from the center there, then put them in our tableau, modify them, and try to meet their requirements regarding dice in order to score points for them. At the end of each round, we will score points for those cards if we have met the requirements. And then at the end of the game, we will also score points based on the set collection, where we multiply the investors, those tokens for the second round. For example, I'll just show you, those are the investors of the same color that we have the same cards. So, but we'll get to that. Anyway, the game itself is really simple. At the start of each round, you will roll those 5 gorgeous dice. You will roll them, then you will put them on the right places, how they were rolled, for example, like that. Now, your tableau is ready. Now, starting with the first player, and this is kind of a 2-player game, as I set it up, you will put your agents and possibly your assistants as well, if you want to increase the influence on that spot, above one of the cards. So let's say I really want to get maybe this card right here because it's really perfect. And maybe I'll put one assistant just for more influence. So I put my agent there, so it's basically like a worker placement. I'm gonna get this card, and now I have to put this card between the 2 dice of my choice. Now let's take a look at the information. The card shows you the requirement it needs to score. So that, for example, means that if you have number 3 on the left or right side, and here you can see you will score 2 points, but if you have number 3 on both sides, you will score 7 points. Now, as you can see, there is plus and minus, and some cards have the equals number, symbol as well. That means that the dice will be modified depending where you put it. For example, I can see the perfect spot for this one right now. So when I put this right here, that means this plus says that this die increases in value. So it becomes from 2 to 3. This one decreases in value. It becomes from 4 to 3. As you can see, I created the perfect situation where I would eventually score 7 points for this card, maybe. But the thing is that the round ends when all players have used all of their engines and acquired all 4 cards. Now, it's the other player's turn. He will put something right there and he will grab maybe he goes here and grabs this card right here, and so on, puts it into his tableau, and so on. You'll put out your agents and such. Now, the thing is that, for example, if I want to go here, let's say, with this card, for example, or let's say with this card. So this one says, for example, that I get that many points minus the higher number of a die on the die, which is on the left or the right side of that card. So, but if I put it right here for now, this plus right here will modify this die, which means that it can ruin now this card's scoring. What I can do, I can use my assistants to cover those spaces, the modifiers. So if I cover this one, that means that this die doesn't change, but this one changes. It changes from 6 to 5. If there would be a 6 and there would be a plus, then the 6 changes to 1. 1 minus changes to 6. So that's how it goes. And you basically acquire all those cards and try to combine them into this kind of a puzzly moment on the tableau where you want to score all the cards and get the maximum amount of points. Let's say you got all the 4 cards here. Then you will see if you have met the requirements, and then you will score the points. for those cards, and then you will get those points from here, and then there will be the next round and the third round and so on. So just to show you, there are different cards. For example, it says the lower number of the two dice that are left or right, -1. This will be the points for this card. Or let's say there is like the combination of two dice on the left or right should be an odd number. Then both dice have to be even number, and then like that. Then the sum of two dice should be 7, and 8 minus the sum of two dice. So they're all the different dice and cards. So, sorry, the dice requirements and cards. Now the thing is that there are also investors. You will acquire those tokens, those investors, plus you already have one on your board as well. It's already like a small bonus. You will acquire them regarding if you control the area. So, really sorry, up here, you will see who has the majority. For example, in this case, let's say like that, I have majority next to this token. So I will get this one because yellow has only one agent. I have agent and assistant. I have 2 points, he has 1. So I'll take this one and take it with me. On the other hand, on the transport, I have my assistant and agent. He has one agent on this side, one agent on this side. And they both influence this side as well. So he will get this one and he will get also the next one and so on. You will look at all the majority. You will get all those investors into your hand as well. So it will count towards the end scoring. So when the end scoring occurs after 3 rounds, you have already accumulated some points from the cards throughout the game. You have also accumulated all those cards, and you will have basically 12 cards in your hand. Whenever you score the cards, you will just put them aside near your tableau. And then you will take a look. You will take a look at how many, for example, information, it's blue cards, so blue information, yeah? You will take a look at how many cards you have and how many investors you have, and you multiply those numbers. So you have, for example, 2 information and 3 cards. 2 by 3 is 6. You get 6 extra points. And you will do that with every investor where you also have cards representing that investor. And then whoever has the most points will be declared the winner of the game. So first of all, I want to mention the production of the game. I really like the box cover. It's really immersive. It's really cool. The art on the cards for me is not as cool as the box cover. I don't know. It's just I'm not into sci-fi really, to be honest. But it's fine for me. Okay, it's fine. It's the matter of taste completely. I do like how the dice are made. They're just amazing. They're really cool looking dice, really amazing dice, great production. All the other tokens are custom tokens. I really like them as well, so it adds to the production value of this. The cards themselves are okay thickness. I don't really like the borders on them, and overly they're not linear finish. It's okay quality. Now when we go to the gameplay, that's where the biggest. So this game, I cannot say that this is a filler type game. It's still a full game, and it felt like a game of Kane Klenko. If you know him, he also he made Fuse, Flatline, for example, Covered. It's all Renegade Games releases. So he did all of those titles, and this one feels very much like him. But the box says Alex Kevern. And now with this one, like there's another game that he made recently with Renegade Games, it's Atlas, where there it's a filler type game, and I don't mind it when he tries something new. Here I feel it's not really his type of game that he should make. So don't get me wrong, this game is not bad at all. I can see a lot of people liking this game, but I have a problem with it. It's all about math. It's not too math. It's not too difficult, but it's all about math. It's all about, of course, its calibration of your robots and such. but overall you're trying to get your dice into right positions, kinda into right numbers. It's all about that. And although you're playing, you have this area control, area majority type of thing where you get those tokens, but it's only to get those tokens. And eventually, even if you try to get the card away from the person who really needs it, you don't really gonna go with that, because you are basically trying to maximize your tableau, and eventually throughout the game you'll just look at your own tableau, trying to get your dice as best as possible. And when you get to the second to the third game and so on, you will still feel everything going kind of the same way. There is no this kind of a variety of choices progression going on. You will get the cards that basically fit your tableau the most, and sometimes you will risk, but overall there is not much to do. You will not take the card which is not really fitting your style, your dice and so on. So you don't have very many choices on your turn, because the cards might be different and such. So, but you have to prepare in advance. I do really like that. Overall, yeah, it's just a lesson of math, and it felt kind of boring for me. So I can see how some people will like it. I did not. I expected maybe a little bit more. It's really abstract game as well, of course. Maybe I expect a little bit more theme, a little bit more mechanics involved with it, because eventually this area control is all about just a set collection, and then you just multiply the investors with the cards, and then you score those extra points. It doesn't feel satisfying. When we played it, it felt good for one time, for one play, and then it became rather boring. I don't know how much to say. The variety of different scorings on the cards is really, really cool, but it all ends up just getting the numbers right, getting those requirements done, and they give you the same. There are no special abilities, nothing, no bonus or type that you can get. It's just eventually just getting this requirement done and scoring the points. I'm sorry, this is my opinion on the game, but definitely check it out, and you might like it much more if you feel like this is a game for you. For example, you look at this overview, you say, oh, it's puzzly, it's mathy, I really like to go into my own tableau and do my own stuff, and I don't care about the other players that much, how they do, then this might be for you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go to our guild. All the links are in the description below, so don't forget to check it all out. And we see you in another video another time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.